about us.
Okay.
Thank you. We have another caller.
Oh, go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Well, I have a question. Is it right for someone to use abortion as a form of birth control?
Well, I just want to say, technically, abortion is a form of birth control because you're choosing whether to give birth or not. So you're controlling birth.
But just to say, I mean, we just support women. We are not here to judge. We would hope that that's not, the course that they choose, because there are other options for birth control. However, in a situation, as that we don't want to get judgmental. So we really just support a woman's, right to choose, and we like to educate them on other options to prevent unwanted pregnancies.
Exactly. I can be a testament to that, because I've had an abortion myself, and after I received it, they followed up with me, and I went through trainings about birth control and just on making healthy decisions. And we just support choice. It's about making a healthy decision for you and yourself. And that's what the Chicago Abortion Fund and the My Voice, My Choice Leadership, that's what we're about. So, moving on.
Did you want to go ahead and talk about some of the co-sponsors? Because we urge people, if you hear your legislator's name as she's giving the list of the 32 co-sponsors, we urge you to just call them and say thank you. They really like to hear from us, to know that the community is behind them, and don't let the opposition influence them to remove themselves as co-sponsors, because we had people that have removed themselves. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. I think you have a caller.
I have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Oh,
okay.
Now I want to talk about some co-sponsors that were removed. Jack Franks, Mark Bobian, LaShawn Ford, Robert Reeder, Daniel Burke, and Susanna Mendoza. So we urge you. They were once co-sponsors and they removed themselves. We urge you, if they are in your district, or even if they are not in your district, they need to hear from you. If they're hearing from the community and know that they have the community support, they, maybe will come back on as co-sponsors, or at the least they will support the bill. The more support we get, the closer we get to getting this passed.
And we have a caller. Oh, they hung up. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna list some of the co-sponsors of the bill. And like Shay mentioned, just if you hear your legislator for your district, just call them and thank them and let them know that you appreciate them giving their support on this bill.
And before she starts, feel free to contact us if you need help with finding who your legislator is and their information.
Okay. Rosemary Mulligan, Naomi Jacobs, Elizabeth Colson, Sarah Fainholtz, Julie Hamos, Elaine Nicorette, Karen May, Lou Lang, Karen Yarbrough, Greg Harris, Annette Collins, Elizabeth Hernandez, Mike Bolin, Cynthia Sotu, John A. Vichy, Harry Osterman, Maria Barrios, Kathleen Rigg, Constance Howard, that's what I thought that was, Louis Arroyo, William Burns, Deborah Mill, Arthur Turner, William Davis, Al Riley, Monique Davis, Esther Golar, Deborah Graham, Kenneth Duncan, Charles Jefferson, and David Miller. If you heard any of your legislators that I just listed, we urge you to call them.
Call them or request a visit. tell your friends to call, your family members to call. We just need people to call them, to support them, to just say thank you.
Looks like we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, I was calling to find out, what is the Chicago Abortion Fund?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What is the Chicago Abortion Fund?
What is it? We are a fund that funds abortions.
Primarily for women that are in the second trimester, which is beyond 13 weeks. We're the only fund in Chicago that funds beyond 13 weeks. We fund on the first come, first served basis. And we have another part of Chicago Abortion Fund, which is the My Voice, My Choice Leadership Group, where we follow up with the women we've served and offer them the opportunity to come back and be empowered through leadership training.
Oh, that was well put. Because no one ever asked me that before. So I was like, okay. So, moving on. Did you have anything else you wanted to ask me?
I just want to say, just recently, we've been out in the communities passing out information about the Chicago Abortion Fund and the bill to let people know who we are, because we want to be a familiar face with fighting to get this passed. And as we go further within the next 9 months, we will be actively getting out into communities, reaching out to people, visiting legislators. We're also taking these approaches too, and we ask and encourage everyone to educate your friend, educate your neighbor, and call. Just call and say thank you, or call and urge legislative support. Go in and have an in-district meeting, because like I said, personal stories with issues where you were not able to access birth control because you couldn't afford it, or because it was just not accessible, or you decided to have an abortion and couldn't, are the stories that these legislators need to hear, so that they can take their personal feelings aside and say, hey, we need to do this for women in the community, because this is who it's affecting.
Okay, looks like we have a caller. Go ahead.
No, you haven't.
Oh, no? Okay.
Maybe you want to flash our information just one more time?
I'm going to flash our information one more time. If you want to learn more about this bill or more about the Chicago Abortion Fund, you can contact us at 312-663-0338, or you can email us or get on the website at chicagoabortionfund.com or info@chicagoabortionfund.com.
And I just want to add that because the bill did not pass in this legislative season, the bill number HB 2354 probably will change. It still will be called the Reproductive Health and Access Act, but the bill will probably change. The bill number will probably change, but we still encourage you to contact your legislators and do any support and any rallying and any lobbying around the current bill number and the current bill name. Again, the bill name won't change. It still will be the Reproductive Health and Access Act, but when the next legislative season come, it will be changed, the number. So, but everything will be ultimately the same as far as the contents of the bill. So you can still keep lobbying with the same number and the same name for now.
Right. And I just want to add to that this bill is just so important because it impacts all of us. I mean, I went to Walgreens and I just was curious. I just wanted to know how much is, the 3-day, the pill you gotta take within 72 hours, the Plan B pill, and they told me $40. Now I was like, if I don't have a job or I'm low income and I can't afford to have a child, how can I even afford $40 to prevent me from having a child, or whatever it is you have to pay for, regular birth control? So it's very important that we get this bill passed, because education is the key to everything, and responsible sex ed is one of the most important things, because if you're educated, then you know about it, and it'll lead to less unwanted pregnancies.
So again, contact your legislators, get out, educate your community about House Bill 2354, the Reproductive Health and Access Act. Have a good night.
Bye.